Disney is remaking Peter Pan, except this time, all of the good guys have been changed to non-white characters, but the bad guy, of course, is still white. This is obviously very deliberate, and yet they call us names if we notice that. What's up, guys? Vince Dao here. Be sure to like and subscribe if you are new. We are back from CPAC. It was nice meeting some of you this weekend, but while I was there, I saw this on Twitter. So Disney is remaking Peter Pan as a live action film, except this time, per End Wokeness on Twitter, Peter Pan is now Indian, Tinkerbell is black, the Lost Boys are black girls, which I thought they were the Lost Boys, but okay.
You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
What's that written though?
In the name Boy Scout.
But Captain Hook is still white. Why do they keep doing this? Because, you know, if they're so obsessed with black and brown representation, they hypothetically could make original movies about, I don't know, black people or something. And I say hypothetically because I think Hollywood has lost the ability to make good stories in general, which is why they now rely on remaking all of these classics. But anyways, they theoretically could write a black or brown story, considering they claim that minorities have so much rich culture and history that just isn't taught by our white-centric society. Then tell us all of the rich ethnic history we're forgetting about. But no, instead they have to do this humiliation ritual where they appropriate the stories you grew up with and make them totally inaccurate, except for the fact that, of course, Captain Hook, the bad guy, is still white. And you mean to tell me that there is not a deliberate agenda in Hollywood and mass media to paint white people as evil? Of course there is. People will say, you're grasping at straws, it's not a big deal. Really? So you mean to tell me that Disney's decision to firstly remake Peter Pan, which is a white English fairy tale where they're all brown except the bad guy, was not deliberate? Of course it was. You think about the amount of time and work that goes into casting. People sat down and made these decisions. And of course it's intentional that they only do this with white movies. You will never see a white remake of Black Panther or Friday or Coming to America. So why is it that only white stories get appropriated? Again, it's because there's an agenda against white people that prevails in the media. They call us the conspiracy theorists while they sit down and decide to do this stuff. And hey, maybe we could overlook this one instance of a white guy being the bad guy if it wasn't all the time. It's everywhere. As just one example, and this is something I noticed a lot during the college football season, sit down and just watch some commercials on a channel that's not Fox News and try to find just one corporate commercial where the white male actors were not portrayed as weak, stupid, or in some way the butt of the joke. I'm serious about this. Sit down and watch commercials on TV and see how long it takes to find just one where the white guy isn't skinny and dorky looking or the punchline of the commercial. And for argument's sake, let's omit celebrity commercials. So yeah, don't come to me with some Tom Brady commercial and say, hey, look, I found one. Obviously not those. I'm talking about regular commercial actors. And let's also omit truck and Jeep commercials because those still seem to be intact. So without those, find me commercials where the white guy doesn't look weak or dumb. It's very rare. This guy, Gary Oak, explains it quite well, saying, the new State Farm commercials are a perfect example. White male makes stupid/embarrassing statement. Black males and women look at him like he's an idiot. Does that dynamic sound familiar? It should, because every single commercial on TV is exactly like this. And that is way too common for it to be a coincidence. There is obviously a coordinated and deliberate agenda across mass media to do this stuff. But don't you dare notice If you see this and rightly point out an anti-white bias in American media, you get labeled the white nationalist spreading those alt-right conspiracy theories or something. They are saying out loud, hey, white people bad. And then when we say, well, clearly the system is against white people because they just said white people bad, it's, oh, you're promoting the Great Replacement. Let's write leftist hit pieces about you. It's so ridiculous. Look, if you don't want us to notice that there's an agenda against white people, then don't promote an agenda against white people. Or maybe don't do that anyways because it's morally wrong. Now, to close, let's address one other argument you will hear from some, which is that it's not about attacking white people, it's about representation. Right? Because white people have been overrepresented in media for so long, and now we're just trying to provide equal and accurate representation for a changing America. You may have heard this before, but you're literally not, though. It is not equal and accurate representation, first of all, because the representation is not accurate. Alexander Hamilton was not Puerto Rican. George Washington was not black, as one example. And secondly, it's not equal or proportionate because white people still make up the majority of the American population. Black people make up just 12% of the population. And yet, going back to the commercials and stuff, what's the ratio there? Is it actually accurate of American demographics? Or does it actually overrepresent many minority groups? These commercials may be accurate of like Atlanta or New York, but that's not all of America. And even then, not every white guy in America is stupid or some skinny dork. So the whole accurate representation argument is just asinine and dishonest. It's about, and always has been about, an agenda against white people. There really is no other way to put it. But what are your thoughts? Do you think I'm overreacting? Or do you think I'm noticing a very consistent pattern that you have also noticed? Let me know in the comments below. But that'll do it here for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive content and perks. We should have some members-only videos coming out like today or tomorrow. So hit the link in the description or the join button on the channel to do that. And until next time, Alpha moves only. God bless and peace.